Hi, my name is Pete Hance and I'm here to discuss the Tennessee Valley Authority Tennessee River Project. It was started during the Great Depression in one of our country's darkest moments and helped create jobs, provide hydroelectric power, made intercontinental transportation much easier, and made it possible to travel by water from the Mississippi River all the way to Knoxville. TVA was faced with the daunting task of managing all of the water that drains from the Smoky Mountains into the East Tennessee Valley, all the way to Paducah, Kentucky, where the Tennessee River meets the Ohio River before it runs into the Mississippi. The Tennessee River watershed drains water from 7 different states, and the main branch travels through 4 different states. While it had a slight adverse effect on ecosystems, it made our current lifestyle possible as we know it today. The river officially forms at the confluence of the Holston and French Broad rivers just northeast of downtown Knoxville. The Tennessee River widens out and becomes Fort Loudon Lake before the first navigable lock is encountered just west of Knoxville in Lenoir City at Fort Loudon Dam. This lock is the reason transportation is possible into Knoxville. The graphic displayed shows how the river meanders after it exits the Knoxville area. The Tennessee River is denoted by the red line in the graphic. After Fort Loudon Dam, the river flows either as a lake or river section through Chattanooga into North Alabama, through the Muscle Shoals area, into Mississippi briefly, then back into Tennessee before the river enters Kentucky, where it dumps into the Ohio River. There are 9 dam lock systems that control the flow, which allows the TVA to precisely control water levels, which has nearly 100% eliminated flooding along the Tennessee River, which used to flood nearly every year. As is evident by the graphic, each lock occurs at a lower elevation, which allows the entire system to work by harnessing the natural movement of water downhill. Each dam/lock is unique from Chickamauga Dam near Chattanooga to Pickwick just after the river re-enters West Tennessee, to Kentucky Dam, which connects the final canal that ends the Tennessee River system. The lock system drops over 500 feet in elevation from Fort Loudon and Lenoir City to Kentucky Dam just outside of Paducah, Kentucky. The river serves many purposes such as a main source of hydroelectric power. The graphic shown explains how the power is created. The dams intake water below the surface of the reservoir, where the water is being fed by gravity through a turbine, which creates energy that is stored in a generator, where it may be harnessed and attached to power lines, powering areas much cheaper and safer than burning fossil fuels. After moving through the turbine, the water enters the section called a tailwater. This is the most variable section of the river system, with ever-changing water levels and current, due to various levels of discharge being used to spin more turbines at times where more power is needed. Another main use of the Tennessee River dam/lock system is to allow boats to move across or around massive structures. The gates move up and down, or sometimes side to side, and allow water levels to equalize to allow boats to move great vertical distances over a short area. As the boats approach the lock, water levels are equalized so the boat can cross into an equalizing area. Once the boat is in the middle area, water levels are lowered or raised if the boat is heading east, so they can smoothly transition into the next leg of the Tennessee River. A key to a successful lock is a sufficient seal that prevents water from leaking under or through the lock. Dams also efficiently control floodwaters. They allow engineers, often the Army Corps of Engineers, to manage water levels and make adjustments depending on flood or drought conditions. During periods of heavy precipitation, spillways may be opened to ensure water does not go over the dam, flooding nearby developments. In closing, I hope you have enjoyed this brief description of the Tennessee River TVA development system. Without dams and locks, this beautiful section of the Tennessee River near Chattanooga would look much different. They are not perfect creations, but in my opinion, the positives of the TVA project far outweigh the negatives.